and welcome to the Charles River Parklands show. My name is Renata von Schörner. I'm the president of the Charles River Conservancy. And as you can guess, we're always talking about the parklands along the Charles, the wonderful 20 miles of parklands from the Boston Harbor up to the Watertown Dam, about 400 acres of them owned by the state. And tonight we have a very specific perspective. It's a perspective on wheels. I think it's 8 wheels altogether. How to enjoy the parklands on inline skates. And I have with me tonight the president of the Inline Club of Boston. Welcome, Julie Reker.
Thank you so much. Very, very excited to be here. It sounds like, we love being out skating along the Charles. We do it a lot. And one of the things that you see is a great shot of a group of all of us skaters, a group at the State House.
A picture of a State House group.
Yes.
So this is something you probably do individually, but also as a group.
We do, and that's the great thing about the Inline Club of Boston. We bring people together to have fun. It's an active sport. It's a lot of social interaction as well. And we all get together and do weekly skates, social skates, basically just having fun. And a lot of that takes part, along the Charles River.
Yes, well, we'll come to the Charles River, but we have some pictures here of some skaters that are skating in a street.
Yes.
And I see that you
Right.
also have in the middle a skate patrol. So tell us of
Exactly.
how that works when you skate as a group.
Well, weekly skate will typically be led by someone from the National Skate Patrol. This is something that's all across the country and in other countries. And they're there to help make the skates run better. So we've got someone in the beginning that's the leader, leading us around the city. Someone at the end, basically making sure we don't lose anybody. We want everybody to have fun and stay together. Then people along the way helping, making sure everybody's following the right route, making sure people are doing okay. If you get a rock caught in your wheel or something, they're there to help you out in this part.
Yeah, well, I was in Paris once, and it was around midnight, and I hear these wheels, and I looked out of the window. It was on the right bank, the Rue Rivoli, and there were thousands of inline skaters that would go through the streets in an amazing speed, and the police would stop the traffic.
Yes.
And so that the skaters could come through, and it just felt like the most wonderful thing to do. And so I hope to one day to be on inline skates when that happens, and maybe someday it will happen in Boston.
Well, definitely, and that's something, we have a smaller number of people, but the same exhilarating feel when we're out skating in a group like that. We skate at night here, we wear our lights and our flashing lights so that we can be in the streets of Boston. We've definitely surprised many people as we come along in various parts of the city, such as we've got picture here, skaters with boat. We're always along the riverside, along
this
the
one is in the
harbors.
harbor, yes. So
Yes.
you go, in a way you can combine inline skating with sightseeing.
We do, and a lot of the people that come from out of town that have never been to Boston, they bring their skates. Easy way to learn the city. You can go upstairs, such as skaters on stairs.
Yeah.
We climb up, we climb down, we go over any kind of terrain. We take the subway when we can. We have to take our skates off.
You take them off at the subway?
Yes.
Yes.
But we definitely get on there so that we can go to different places.
Yeah, it sure
throughout the
makes it
city.
easy to travel with.
It is.
Yeah. Now let's go to the Parklands map, because we are very fortunate to have about 17 miles of parkways along this stretch of the Charles River from the harbor up to the Watertown Dam. And it is probably one of the most beautiful places one could possibly run, inline skate, bicycle.
Walking.
That's right.
Definitely.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that we, share that path with everybody, not just inline skaters.
Yeah.
But we would love that.
Yeah, I know. And when you inline skate, you need quite a bit of space to do it. But there is a new stretch of a pathway. We see it here as a bicyclist, which is next to the Daily Rink. And as you know, the Charles River Conservancy was involved in first analyzing the pathways to see where the worst stretches are, and we identified that as being one of the really bad stretches. And then we were able to raise some money. I think some inline skaters contributed and bicyclists.
Definitely.
And then we had the Solomon Fund helped match that, and then the state doubled that money. So over $100,000 were raised to redo that pathway. And so we hope to continue that effort other parts. So if you are inline skater, and I know the Inline Skating Club has already spoken, but I think we want all the skaters to help make that happen, and numbers do matter when you try to improve the pathways.
And we completely agree. As we're looking down at those pathways, we're constantly on them. We want to make them safe for everybody, including runners on the river. As it's going along. We also see a lot of pavement cracks.
Well, let's look at some of these examples here. The beautiful view, and then suddenly you come across a crack. Actually, this is very close to where the previous picture was, in front of the Cambridge Boat Club. A very serious crack, and the problem with roots is a serious problem. So every few years you need to resurface those pathways.
Definitely, and one of the things I wanted to just bring up, actually, if you turn to struggling inline skater, you'll see a picture of someone trying to make it happen here. I wanted to just mention a couple things. I have here, inline skates, as you can see, but one of the things we certainly promote is good safety, and that would be wearing your helmet.
It's like bicycling.
As you can see,
yes.
And then wrist guards. So you want to have your wrist guards on. Helmet and wrist guards are the two things that when you're part of an inline club event, we want you to have on. It's also really just good sense. If you're going to fall, you're most likely going to fall, on your hands.
It's like when you're a snowboarder, I think, when you...
Exactly.
Many people who start snowboarding often break the wrist.
Right.
And I remember when I first learned to inline skate, my first lesson was I had to learn how to fall.
That's very true. That's very true.
Because with this wrist guard, you can almost glide like you would on ice.
Yes.
So you can kind of simulate how it would be when you fall on ice. But you need to learn that.
You do, and so we've also got wrist guards and elbow pads, so you've got sort of all your limbs protected. And there are also members of our club that are certified instructors on how to skate, so they can teach you how to fall correctly, how to learn how to stop with the inline skate break, and make skating just that much more fun, so you can safely roll over those cracks, and so that you have more confidence than this particular skater here.
It's pretty scary, yes.